Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. This is my son Ben, and today we have a look at the Laphroaig, 18 years of age. This whiskey is only produced or bottled for a short time in the year, and therefore it is a little bit more expensive than a normal Laphroaig, say a multiple of the price. It's around 160, but it has 48% since a decade or so, and it's a wonderful, old, very smoky whiskey from the Isle of Islay. And yeah, you had been there last time?
Yeah, I've been there in 2015, and a beautiful distillery with one of the very few distilleries that still have a malting floor. So there's a video of me where I turned the malt, and I think we're going to show this video at the beginner's live tasting on the 27th in 2019. And also they have this strange combination of stills. So they have, I think, 2 stills that same size, another 2 stills, and then a third one that is a bit of a different size. And I'm not quite sure. Do they have 5? Do they have
5 or 7?
5 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've heard that rumors that they want to expand as well, but don't know how much that is worth talking about.
Laphroaig is one of the older whiskey distilleries. It's from 1815. So this is part of the United Kingdom, which consists also out of the Isles, the Outer Isles, and their malt whiskey production in pot stills wasn't forbidden, as it was in the Highlands, where they started in 1823, 1824. So this one is from 1815, and of course there had been some illegal facility there before, so probably it's one of the distilleries from the 18th century.
But it's said to have copied another distillery on Islay.
Ah, okay.
But over the years they have developed their own style, so I don't think it's that comparable to any other distillery. It is smoky, as many other distilleries in Islay are, but it's different.
The most often sold whiskey from Laphroaig is the 10-year-old. Then there are the several whiskies which have a second maturation or a triple maturation, and there is was a 15-year-old. Then there is a yearly Cardus bottling. Then we have a 25-year-old, which is not always available. There had been a 30-year-old. So there are very, very different whiskies available, which are, well, not always there. And the 18-year-old is there to stay, and they have it for, well, every year. It might not be available where you live in the moment, but wait a few months and then you probably will get one. So Laphroaig is one of the bigger ones on Islay's south coast.
Yeah, you can say that. And it's still the south coast where Islay, where Laphroaig is really, really beautiful. So when you come in, I think through Port Ellen, you can always see the distillery on the shore. So
with the ferry
from Laphroaig, from Kintyre.
From Kintyre. So to the cap on it. And this whiskey has a royal warrant, and it was renewed by Prince Charles. And Prince Charles says, well, this whiskey goes into your mouth and then straight through the roof into your head. So this is really intense. And if you hear Prince Charles, then this might be one of his very, very favorite. Probably.
But yeah, Laphroaig is said to be a very intense spirit.
Yeah. I say, you love it or you hate it. No,
I don't think they have it on the bottle.
The most richly flavored of all Scotch whiskies, still there. This expression of our famous whiskey is made in limited quantities each year, only to be savored by a fortunate few. The soft and spicy Islay peat smoke greets you when you first open the bottle, followed by a taste of oak sweetness gained from 18 years maturing in an ex-bourbon barrel. So we have no different barrels here, just ex-bourbon barrels. And it's not that extreme stinky as the 10-year-old is. There is a lot of peatiness in it, yes, but no longer this medicinal disinfection hospital blah, which I do not like. But this one is more mature. These unoxidized phenols have been oxidized over the years when the cask matured with the in and outgoing air. It breathes. Yeah. So this is a little bit of this phenolic medicinal note, then a little bit of the sea spray, the seagrass, rotten seagrass. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You found quite a lot. So it's, first of all, it's intense smoke for me. Then you have, seaweed, bit of a remembrance of saltiness, a little bit, just a smidge of fruitiness that you find when you find the, there it is, when you find the right distance between your nose and the glass. And there's a lot going on. You do have a bit of a caramel note in there, a little bit of a spicy note with various spices in there. So it's an intense smoky whiskey, but it's very complex already in the nose. Mm-hmm. So it's a brilliant whiskey. For most of the people, Laphroaig is one of the smokiest, richest, and yes, I do have to say, when you go to the 10 or the select, then it's just overwhelming and very extreme and very tough to enjoy.
Yeah, stinky.
Stinky.
And this one is really mature, complex, full.
The tipping point at Laphroaig, I would say, is about the 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hmm. 48. That hits, really. So typically the older expressions had been not that strong in ABV because the taste for itself was able to bring all the tastes, the feelings up without having too much alcohol. But now they have this complex taste together with the 48 ABV, so this really hits you, really full, and there is the oakiness on one side, the mature smoke on the other hand, and the spiciness from the casks. So everything combines wonderfully to a complex whiskey. Now there's a vanilla nose there after you swallowed.
Wow. So it's still intense smokiness, but it's a wonderful mixture with so many other, I would say, smaller or less intense flavors that just float around in your mouth. A little bit of honey, vanilla, the spiciness and the oakiness are also a bit more present, and they're lovely. So it's a dram to be savored.
Well, 160 for a bottle is not too cheap. No, it's really one of the more expensive one. But Islay has a run on its whiskies. It's incredible. I would say 40% of all whiskies of the connoisseurs come from Islay. So there's definitely a tight market for Islay single malts, and therefore the older ones more expensive than you find them on the mainland. But this whiskey is really worth this extra money. So it's complex, it's full, it's smoky, a real Laphroaig, but not that extremely stinky as others are. But if you do not like smoke, don't take that one. It's still massive.
Now that I have it in the aftertaste, there's a bit of a dark chocolate theme going on, and it's
18
all
years.
around behind your lips, and it quite stays in your mouth.
Yeah.
A lovely drum. So yeah, it's a bit more expensive. So, but the Royal Warrant and the name Laphroaig is pretty well known. So
18 years and 48 ABV.
and it's a quality bottle. So yeah, that's what the price is made of. That's why they can charge these prices. But it's a very lovely whiskey indeed. If you can afford it, it's a definite buy. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then please feel free to share it with your friends, and see you next time.